One. Hi, welcome to the ASMR edition of the Sleepy Idol, where today we are mixing up. You know what my current favorite ASMR is? Like just ice in a glass and people just clink it around. It gets like millions of views, so that's kind of what we're on. Anyway, hi everyone! Welcome to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 34th and Crenshaw, where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends. Today, I am joined by, once again, my co-bartender, Jazz. How are you doing this beautiful Juneteenth, Jazz? How did you celebrate Juneteenth? How did you celebrate Juneteenth?
I stayed home.
How?
I don't know what you do on Juneteenth. I'm gonna be very honest.
I think you just listen to music, honestly. Like, I get what it is. Okay, see, the girls are gonna eat us up. The girls are gonna eat us up. But like, you kind of just get a day off and reflect. Because Juneteenth was the day that the last slaves are actually freed in Texas, I believe. Which, dang, that's so fake. Like, you know, I'm not even gonna get into American history, but I don't know. I think I saw like there was a lot of like concerts and stuff.
There's concerts?
There was one that I don't know where was being held, but it was like the Divine Nine black sororities stepping to like, yeah. So that kind of thing.
Whenever I see that type of stuff, I'm like, wow, I wish I could have done that. No, like, because in high school, there was like a stepping team.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be like, wow, I could do that. I could totally do that. Maybe they'll do that in college. And of course, the college that I went to, that was not going to be happening.
Was there any black sororities?
I think there was a black stepping team.
Oh, okay.
So I think I saw one at one of the concerts that we did.
Okay. Because I wasn't. Oh, yeah. Actually, I think. Because I was in the praise choir or whatever or like gospel choir for a second. Not a praise choir, it was a gospel choir. Yeah.
In college?
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
I don't know. I was looking to do something with my life, so I was like, let me get into this. Because no, remember when we well, I don't know if you were actually a part of it, but there was like a Black students organization, and we went to that conference, remember?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I went because you told me about it. I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was like some lady she was like kind of like the person who was like setting all that up, and she was like, oh yeah, we also have these kind of events. So I was like, okay, let me be in a, but they were too good. I was like, let me, and then the girl was like, joyful.
I wish I was in that.
I was gonna say you should have been. I don't know why I didn't tell you.
I was in gospel choir in high school.
Dang. But you could have had a gospel career. You could have been the next Mary. Jasmine.
Just me. I don't like just me. Just me singing against myself.
You know, double it.
Two different outfits.
Exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, guys, we are here. This is the Sleepy Idol. Another Monday episode coming at you. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this Monday episode. I think it's a bit different because today a lot of us had off. But like the idea is kind of like, I feel like Monday is a nice like start to your week, as opposed to like ending off your week, and maybe it can be like a nice fun thing to look forward to. But yeah, unless you had anything else you wanted to talk about that you know that's not on the docket, Jazz.
I don't even. I think I put stuff, but we can talk about it afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do have the sleepy bar. Is there anything non-K-pop topic-y? Because I know one of the things that I did want to mention is that One Piece trailer that came out.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Which looks so much better than I was like expecting. So much better. I was like, okay, I see the vision. I see it.
It's very, I think the Luffy they cast and everything about him is so perfect. Like he's so cute. Yeah. His like accent is so adorable. He is giving so much like Genki happy-go-lucky boy. The Zoro is so hot. The Sanji, the 2 seconds of him hot also.
I feel like he looks a little off, but you know, I've always been thinking that since they cast the guy.
Wait, like, Zoro or Sanji? Oh,
because he's my favorite, and so like I was like, I mean, it's there, I guess. He's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
just not who I was envisioning.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think for me, I think what's really pulling it together is how much they made the characters look like themselves without being it like very corny like cheap
Yeah.
cosplay type thing. Like literally like the Nami's hair is this bright orange, but it's like obviously it looks dyed, but it looks believable. And even how they
Yeah.
did Sanji with like the roots and how his hair is like in like a similar Sanji way, but it's not as like clean cut, so it doesn't
It's
look
just
as
like
yeah,
straight
exactly.
into like one position.
Yeah. And I think in the trailer you also see like this much of Usopp, and I know people are like Usopp's
Yeah.
black or whatever, but it looked good.
Yeah.
I
And
think he's black.
Usopp's supposed to be like black.
Yeah, isn't he
So he's
Brazilian or
from
something?
Africa. I think he's
Oh,
from Africa.
okay. So take that, y'all. Who was
I
trying to
just don't know
say?
which. I forgot what area.
But it looks good. I'm very, very excited. I'm just like, do you know if it's like just a movie or they're doing like like?
I think it's a TV show.
Dang, that is
Somebody, I saw in the
dedication.
comments, somebody was like, if this goes well, this is going to be the longest series that Netflix will ever
Exactly. I was
create.
like, girls, do you know what you signed up for? Because there's 1,000 of them bitches if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited though, because after the disappointment that was Cowboy Bebop, and it makes me feel really bad. Like the thing is in Cowboy Bebop, okay, I will say John Cho as Spike. I get where they're coming from. I think they should have went younger, but it's not like
Yeah.
John Cho
I
is a
think
bad actor.
he would have been good if he was younger. But
Which feels mean to say because it like shouldn't affect his acting chops, which it didn't.
no. I think it's just because the character, I don't think he's as old as John Cho.
Yeah, he's
So,
like 27. John Cho's
yeah,
like
so
40.
it's like that's not against him. It's just,
Yeah.
you're not the right age. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. But otherwise, I thought the casting was actually pretty good. I just feel like it just came off a bit more corny, which I think is funny because I feel like with the way One Piece is, if it is a bit like campy, it actually I feel like can get away with that. Like if the Netflix
Yeah.
series is a bit more campy and corny, I feel like it could still get away with that with being good. So I definitely think, as much as I want to kind of compare it, it's also like it's two different kind of shows with different feels. So like
Yeah.
One Piece has more room to play, I feel, but yeah, I'm excited, honestly. And I hate One Piece. I hate anime.
Oh,
I hate you.
and the truth comes out. Oh my God. Well, you know what? I'll stay here just to annoy you.
Okay, thank God. I can't do this on my own. I'm being tsundere now. I hate you, but I can't do this alone. Oh, Leanne says, I know nothing about One Piece, and even I was excited about the trailer.
Oh.
I mean, that's the vibe I was getting. Like, it seemed, I mean, obviously One Piece is huge, but it seemed like a lot of people who I wouldn't have expected to have, like, opinions on this or care was like, oh, did y'all see that trailer drop? So,
Ooh.
dang. One Piece is popular enough. Now they get a popular live action adaptation. That's not fair.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Anything else?
The Avatar trailer also came out, but I don't think it had anybody in it.
Okay.
I think I've seen stills, but I don't think they have like pictures of, I mean, a video of them yet. I think the only thing that they showed was like water, earth, fire, whatever,
Oh, dang.
and that it's coming out.
Is that also a
Two
show?
live actions. Yeah, I
Oh,
think so.
dang. That's a lot of dedication there, but I hope it's
We'll
good.
see if this is good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really hope it is
We'll
good.
see.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's exciting. We have a lot of great media coming down the works via Netflix. Also, hey Jordy, welcome to the stream. So without further ado, should we just jump into the first topic then?
Sure.
All right. Y'all. I don't even know what I wanted to sing something, but I do not have a song to sing that is like appropriate, but they free y'all.
Butterfly? Fly? Is that their song? They have a song like Butterfly, right?
They have the
I swear
favorite song. I literally know 3
swear.
Loona songs. Don't ask me.
I think that's the only one I know is Butterfly. Because I think that's the only one I really liked.
Dang, let's call Evan.
Their other songs aren't bad. It's just that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jazz. What's the tea on the Loona situation?
Let me fix. Wait, hold on. 1 second. All right. All right. So some good news about Loona. So now all 12 members are out of BBC, Blackberry Creative. On June 16th, the Fifth Civil Division of the Seoul High Court ruled in favor of the 5 remaining Loona members: Hassel, Yojin, Eves,
We
Olivia
do this
Hay,
every
and
time. We do this
I
every
know,
time.
I know,
So bad.
it's so bad, and go on. So they are now finally free. The decision happened when the court deemed there was an issue with BBC transferring Luna's exclusive contracts to Universal Japan without the members' permission. So, like, I think earlier this year they got denied, and so I think this is a follow-up that, like, apparently BBC was trying to transfer some, like, their contracts, and the High Court was like, nah, hold up. Now you're doing too much. But this follows the news from earlier this week of members Vivi and Hyunjin signing to CTDENM, an agency created by a former BBC planning division director. It also follows the news of Odd Eye Circle, Kim Lip, Jinsol, and Cherry having a comeback via Madhouse, which is going to be next month in July. And then, as a reminder, members Heejin, Kim Lip, Jinsol, and Cherry are under Madhouse, a company founded by Jaden Jong, a former creative director of BBC. And Chu is signed with ATRP, a company founded by Kim Jin-mi, a former general director of WM Entertainment. And WM Entertainment has, like, B1A4 and I think Oh My Girl. So, some interesting stuff there. So, one of the questions I had was, do you think these newly released members will sign with any of the companies that the other members have already signed with? If so, which one? And if not, what company do you see them signing with, if any?
That's an interesting question. I would love for that to be the thing. Like, you know, even if it's kind of, because, you know, obviously Chu, like, she's kind of like, not the outlier, but she kind of had her own thing and her own kind of journey since, you know, she was kind of the first one for BBC to act up with or whatever. But it would be cool if they, like, just split it down the middle and it's like you're either going with Jaden or you're going with the other guy, like, you know, choose it or whatever. But I wouldn't even mind if they just go with, like, whatever they want. I know I talked about this a bit last decade. I talked about how, like, you know, I love it for the girls to be able to be free, but I also hope that they don't feel pressured to do anything that they wouldn't want to, like, personally do. So whether they have it in the stars to continue with Loona, like, I feel like they should be comfortable. But it would be sickening as just to be like, you thought BBC with your crusty ass, and just, like, literally go to one of those two, or get in a situation where even if they're in under different companies, they can, like, do a comeback together or do what, like, Odd Eye Circle is doing and, like, do subunits or something like that. But I just think in these two cases, it's really cool that both Mod House and CTDENM both are run by people who had a hand in early, like, development of Loona. Like, I think that would be really, really dope.
Yeah. I think that, like, kind of led into, like, do you think the companies will work together so you to, like, do a reunion? It doesn't have to be music related.
I feel like, well, knowing that if they were both, like, you know, part of Luna's, like, formation and working in BBC early on, I would assume they have, like, at least a decent working relationship. So they'd be like, you know what, this would be cute if we try to, like, if we link this stuff up and we made it so, like, these girls could work together even if they're not necessarily directly in. I feel like that would be smart of them to do. I don't see why not. So I hope that can happen. That'd be really cool.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I just, like, this is so, because I was really just, like, I was so sad when they, like, announced that, like, not everyone was able to, like, you know, break their contract, because I was like, I would feel kind of bad if I was one of the girls that did get, like, a clean break early on, because it's like, I want to kind of move on with what I'm doing, but at the same time, those are my homegirls are still in BBC jail or whatever. But, like, it's really good that this ended up, like, wrapping up. But so it was so this transfer thing that BBC tried to do with the contract, was that, like, them trying to be, like, snakes somehow, and, like, trying to be like, oh, well, if they try to like, file this injunction, we'll just try to, like, give, like, Universal, we'll try to like move their contracts to Universal Japan or whatever, do something with that. So like even if they're not with us or they somehow get the injection with us, they still have to be like fulfill like their Universal Japan stuff. Was that like kind of?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about that, but I do remember them having the Universal contract with Japan, and they were saying, like, somebody was saying that they would probably have to at least fulfill that, and like no matter what, even without being in the company. So like maybe they were trying to take advantage of that fact, and they tried to like switch over to them.
Well,
and then the high court was like, wait a minute, hold up, we gave you this, and now you're playing games. Now you're trying to do other stuff. Like, obviously you're not smart.
That's funny. If that's real, them trying to get greedy is really what did them in. That is just so poetic justice.
Or they gave up. Which they should have.
Honestly, just go under. We already knew you were a laundry money. What is it? Money laundering scheme.
Laundry.
We already knew you were a laundromat. So, you know what? Just stop while you're behind. I'm going to jump into chat real quick. First of all, hello. Old and new faces to the Sleepy Idol. Hey Mazzy, hey Trevi, hey Andy, welcome. Let's see what some people are saying about the Loona situation. Mazzy says, wow, they're all under different companies. Well, hopefully they still get to work together. Andy says, yeah, I don't think I expected them all to sign under the same company. Which, you know, would be super shady. What if like Jaden was like, I only want some of them. Like,
I only want you and Jinmi, whatever his name is. You can take the others. All right. I mean,
that'd be sick.
I get first dibs.
That'd be sick. Mazzy says, I thought that they would just all come together and sign in a company. I feel like that's a lot when you have such a big group. Like for everyone's like you know what they want to do to like align like that. I feel like that's like kind of wishful thinking, but it would have been cool.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if Madhouse can even, maybe because they already have Triple S, and that's already a big group. I think that's like 24 members.
Yeah.
Maybe they can only
that's true.
have so many.
That's
which
true.
is why, like, I don't know. Maybe the other girls didn't even want to go at all, but like could possibly be another situation that might have happened.
That's such a good point, especially given how like intricate Triple S's concept is with like the cryptocurrency and the NFTs and stuff like that. No,
tell them out.
I'm not trying to be shady because somebody actually took the time to explain how it worked, and I still am like kind of shading like the NFTs and stuff like that, but like it was actually kind of cool, like the idea that you get like a say as a fan in the concepts and like stuff they do. But like, girls, not the NFTs, not the cryptocurrency. Let's see. Mazzy says, that's what gets on my nerves. Why do groups have to be so big that the company cannot afford to fund them?
Yeah.
What in 2023, what is your opinion? Because I feel like recently, especially, most of the groups that have been debuting, there's been like a very seismic shift where like you're not really getting groups like bigger than 6 or 7 members these days. But what is your opinion? What has been your opinion? Obviously, you're an XOL, so there's that on big groups. Like, do you think it's member stuffing? Do you think that there's pop pros to having such large groups? Do you think, like, how do you feel about big groups in general?
I don't mind them. As long as like all the members can add something. Like, I like 17. They have like a lot of members, and to me, it like they all add something. And they're all very good dancers, so it's like they look so in sync. So as long as they're like in sync, making good music, I don't really mind if the group is huge.
Do you think,
and as long as I can actually remember your names as well.
You have to remember Rojo's. Do you think that companies, when they make these big groups, they usually have, okay, we're making them this big because everyone brings something to the table? Or do you think often it's just like, well, we have like 4 members that we feel like we can build this group around, and hopefully one of these other people in this group can like, you know, kind of not leech off that, but benefit from that, i.e. post IOI when they were putting them in them big ass groups.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, it seems like that's what IOI post IOI was all about. No offense. Mainly Wiki or whatever.
Wiki.
It was mainly that group.
I mean, Pristine was pretty huge, although they had a lot of members that like were related to Produce 101.
Yeah, and I feel like they added something.
Dang. So you're like,
no offense to Wiki Mickey, but I was just like, they weren't getting lines. Like, and it was not like they possibly were great at whatever they do, but I didn't know anything about them.
That's fair.
Because everyone else that was in IOI was getting the lines.
That's true.
Plus the main vocalist.
But wasn't that similarly the Gagiana with Gugudan?
I think Gugudan did a better job, but still Sejong just got too many lines.
Yeah.
I think because like even Mina didn't get as many lines.
That's true.
Sejong was just like, you can back that off. You don't need to give her everything.
Yeah.
And not even that she got everything, but still.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just sad because at the end of the day, even if like these people aren't stand attractors, whatever, like a lot of these members like also trained and put their heart and soul into wanting to debut. So to know that like you're kind of considered like a side piece or like an extra, because I feel like maybe you guys can correct her, maybe you guys know where this was said, but I feel like at some point some company said, or someone revealed, like some insider revealed, that the concept of like having a member or one or two members that a group is built around is very common, which makes it seem like the ones that aren't like the face, the center, the theme of the group or whatever are like extras. And I feel like that's really sad and mean.
It seems like they do that a lot, even with smaller groups. Like
yeah.
I think I was just built around the two members.
Yeah. And I feel like that's not too horrible because at least if the other members get a fighting chance to like, you know, come out of their shell and get attention and like put their best foot forward. But I think what also tends to happen is that when you build it around like one or two members, what concepts work well with them are at the forefront. So sometimes I feel like other members who can do the concepts will like be able to do it, but they don't really get a concept that suits them like that, so they'll really never get a chance to shine. But yeah,
that's true.
All right, also, hey Rook, welcome to the stream. Rook says, I have a fishbowl memory. You can't expect me to learn 25 members name, cough cough. NCT.
Well, NCT makes it easier because they have subunits. I think that's the only reason why I can remember their names.
That's true. Actually, that's a great question. For all the groups, bigger groups you stand, both to you, Jazz, and Chat, how long do you think it took for you to know everyone's name? And did you like go in there being like, all right, y'all, let me get the Quizlet flashcards to try to get, or was it like, oh, you like mentally split them up, like, oh, this is a duo, this is a trio, this is the Beagle line, this is the whatever line, this is the 94 line or whatever. Like, how do you specifically, I guess I could go for like EXO and 17, since you already mentioned NCT's units are helpful.
For EXO, I for some reason vividly remember this. Like being like, okay, I'm gonna actually try and remember these guys' names. And I remember like I was taking a shower and like trying to like quiz myself like on their names. Like I was just be like, all right, so there's Loona and then Sehun. Their names sound the same, like they look the same, and so their names kind of are similar because of I don't even know, like in my head their names are very similar. They look the same to me, and I was like, they're like brothers, but they're not. So I remember them.
Is so intricate.
My favorite. I was like Kai because I liked Kai at that point too. And I think I remember Dio. Like I just remember having to go through and just being like, okay, so XOK is this, and then blah blah blah. Like I just trained my mind because there are just too many people.
That's so funny that it was like a deliberate though. Like, okay, this is how. Like it was literally like, were you in because you were in college at the time. So meanwhile, your like calculus test was like, hey girl, study for me too. But you're like, this is more important.
Exactly. It was.
Jumping into chat, Leanne says, no, Wikimiki slander allowed. You're not wrong, but it's still stings. I will die on the hill that I Don't Like Your Girlfriend was a bop, and it was this generation's what was it called, Bohemian Rhapsody. Y'all are just hating from outside the club.
I thought you were gonna say the Girls' Generation song, not freaking Bohemian Rhapsody.
That too. I really liked I Got a Boy, but honestly, the slander. I was that randomly came up on my shuffle like a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
with the Wacky Mickey.
Yeah. What a good song.
That's how it goes.
What a good song.
I don't like your boyfriend. Or girlfriend.
That
which is so good. I was like, great songs. But like, what are we doing?
Just not together. Great separate songs that you could have separated. Okay.
Yeah.
Andre says, I can't remember big group names. It took me forever to get SNSD together. LOL. Oh, and they're 9.
SNSD. Literally couldn't tell them apart for some of them.
I
don't know who.
There's the Bermuda Triangle. You know them?
Is it? Wait. Are these people that look the same?
Yeah. Can you guess?
Okay, let me guess that it's. I'm gonna say Yuri.
Okay.
It's like Yuri.
Girl, you at least need one other person.
I know. I'm already stuck. Hold on. I'm like, I was gonna say Jessica, not Jessica. What's her name? Tiffany.
Okay, Tiffany. And who else do you think?
Yuna.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Very close though. It's Yuna. It's Yuna, Yuri, and Sohyun. Oh
dang, that was who I was gonna say instead of Tiffany. Dang. Yeah, they look.
Which I can see actually Sohyun and Yuna, but I don't really see Yuri. But I also think early on,
Yuna, I definitely thought they looked the same.
I think early on they would all always have long black hair, so I feel like that also was it too. But yeah, so you're not wrong. But yeah, SNSD, it took me a while. I think what my strat is that I'll like have the member I like, and then how like there's like popular like ships or whatever, so all their homegirls, then I'll know them, and then like it will kind of go from there. So like with Dio, Kai, and them, I learned them first, and then like the vocal line, I learned them too, since they would always do like the like songs together and stuff like that. And then I learned Chanyeol, because I was just like, this guy should be a singer, not a rapper. Anyone with me? I was like, where are you at?
Kidding.
But yeah.
I feel like back then, when I got into EXO, I didn't know about ships. Or I didn't pay attention to that.
You sweet summer child.
Like, I was just like... I just was like trying to get into the group, and then I would always just live on the K-pop profiles.
Yeah,
that's how I would find out, and I'd be like, okay, who's around my age? I like this person. I guess.
Oh, I would do ages. I think ages helped me a lot too. Like, I feel like I would always end up like just knowing the ages, so I could like name them from youngest to oldest. Let's see. Okay, we have a bit of taste. A sprinkle bit of taste in the chat. Leanne says, I Don't Like Your Girlfriend was ahead of its time, and that's just facts. Like, that's just facts. No printer. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, it sounds like an NMIXX song, but
Okay, guys, this will actually be the last episode of the podcast, because I just can't take this slander and hate.
Are you trying to say that NMIXX is bad?
I love NMIXX. I was a Mix-a-Lot. I was a Sir Mix-a-Lot since the day they debuted. Okay. Don't try me. I love all girl groups. Jordy also says, I agree. I Don't Like Your Girlfriend was that girl. And she always will be. Like, it's not our fault that the K-pop fandom as a whole has no taste, but we will prevail. Like, we will bend but not break.
It's a bad song. It's just interesting. That's all I can say.
Andre said, I thought Yuna and Yuri were cousins. Imagine.
I could see that.
Yeah, honestly. A little bit of nepotism. Sprinkle. Mazzy says, exactly what is the age? Then I'm gonna learn your name. That happened. Like the lines.
Are you old enough? No. All right, so you're a nobody.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now I'm like embryo. 1990. Okay, 9. I'll take it. Like that. That's what I do now. All right. Gosh. Any other tea on the Loons girls and their future endeavors? All right, then. I think we could probably move on. Good luck to Loona. We're ready for the bops. We're ready for our odd eye circle. And then moving to our next topic, which is actually going to be a follow-up. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show these pictures. Here are the girlies doing what the girlies do, preparing for our odd eye circle. Y'all better anticipate. All right, next up we have the three traitors. Just kidding.
Oh. How dare you? How dare. Chen did not do this for his children to be slandered.
Listen, the Chenlets, I let them breathe, okay? They are gonna own SM soon, so SM better watch. They're gonna pay, they're gonna buy the stocks out. So I'm leaving the Chenlets alone. They're gonna be very powerful in the future. But the one going like this on the end, I don't know about him.
How dare you? Which one? Baekhyun? Because he's also kind of doing that. So
the one in the red shirt, I really don't know. You. I'm not quite sure what his motives are. I'll be honest. Okay. Listen, I'm trying
to live his life.
All right, what's the follow-up we got? Yeah.
Oh. I did write it, so I don't know why I'm asking. You want to read what I wrote? So, all right. So, Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin, aka XOCBX. How dare you? I mean, he is dangerously, attractive, amazing. He's my fave, so it's okay.
Listen,
you're right.
That's what the people want to hear, okay?
But so XOCBX basically reconciled with SM. Earlier this month, as a recap, it was reported that EXO's Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin wanted to terminate their contracts with SM. This was due to mistreatment and unfair contract terms. They claimed that SM failed to supply them with their payment data when requested. Also, their lawyer notably claimed that SM offered the three 12 to 13-year contracts, which is much longer than the standard 7 years. SM, as a rebuttal, stated that the three members were working with a third-party company, BPM Entertainment, which is why they denied giving any financial data. The members, as well as BPM, denied this claim. So that was what happened before, earlier this month. And now on June 19th, SM Entertainment and the three members released a joint statement saying that they resolved their differences. Just made that. Sorry, that was very bright. So, hello, this is SM Entertainment. Below is a joint statement between the agency and the agency's artists, Byun Baekhyun, Kim Jung-dae, and Kim Min-suk, hereafter referred to as the three artists. Recently, the agency and the agency's artists continue to publicly raise issues with our different stances. Regarding this, the agency and the three artists sincerely apologize for causing concern to the many people who support EXO. Afterwards, the agency and the three artists have had ample time in which we candidly discuss all the issues. Through this, we resolved the differences caused by misunderstandings, and we are pleased to inform you that we have reached a mutually amicable agreement. Our organized statement is as follows. First, the agency and the three artists will acknowledge and maintain the contract relationship with carrying out EXO's scheduled activities from actively and continuously through the process of discussion and the correction of certain parts. The agency listened attentively and understood all the thoughts of the three artists, and the agency also conveyed our position regarding this in detail. The three artists also opened up their hearts, and they understood our stance regarding artist contracts. Therefore, the agency and the three artists will carry out a process of mutually equal discussion as well as corrections, and we promise to strengthen our future relationship further. Furthermore, the agency will support the three artists so that each artist can carry out promotional activities in new ways while fully showcasing each artist's individuality. Secondly, we would like to tell you that there was a misunderstanding about the intervention of a third party, that is BPN Entertainment. The agency initially received a tip-off that the third party was approaching the three artists with an unjust intention, and we stated that this was a main cause of our dispute. However, through this discussion, we learned that there was a misunderstanding about the involvement of a third party. We would like to take this opportunity to apologize to those involved for causing concern with our announcement. the agency and the three artists would like to express our apologies to the fans as well as the EXO members besides the three artists and those who trusted and waited for EXO, and we will do our best to repay the support of many people who stood by us. Lastly, through this incident, were able to think about the personal concerns of the artists as well as the direction of our agency's growth for following the launch of SM 3.0. And then they just thank the fans and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their joint statement. So the only question I had for this, do you think this is the best outcome, or did you want the members to separate ways with SM?
I mean, as an XOL, I feel like there's like a part of me that's like, yeah, I'm happy that they stayed together, but at the same time, it just doesn't seem right. Like, even though the statement was like, okay, yeah, there was a misunderstanding, they poured out their hearts, they sang a sonnet, they did the 1-2 step, like, it's like, but like what they were saying was very concerning and very shady. Yeah. It's like, even if it was resolved because like you know, you guys reached an agreement and you showed them whatever they were looking for, I still feel like it stands. Why weren't you showing that before? And I know they mentioned that like the reason you know, was because they felt like it was BPM trying to get a look at the contracts or the information via CBX, but I feel like it still kind of remains that like it's not like out of note, like it was because they were like, from my understanding, it was because they were repeatedly not like properly given the financial settlement statements. So like BP's intervention or not, why was that not a thing that was being done? And then also, so are they saying that those 12 to 13 contracts weren't actually being offered? That was fake, that was a lie, that was misunderstood? Like I feel like it's easy to say, oh, it was a misunderstanding, but how?
I think there was no misunderstanding, and I think in their joint statement they said something about the three artists will carry out a process of mutual equal discussions as well as corrections. So I think they're trying to fix their contract, like they're gonna actually fix it for them. And I'm wondering if like with this they might be doing that for other artists in SM. And I'm wondering, like, they just don't want to say it.
Yeah,
they're just like, all right, so keep this on the down low. We'll fix everything.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, that's what I was like, hopefully if this is kind of like, okay, this is just a way to save face. We're going to do what you say, but we don't want anyone to look stupid or silly, and we don't want like people to be questioning SM. So we're going to do this all behind the scenes. But similar to what you said, I hope that means that's not just happening for CBX because they're the ones who made the ruckus. It's happening. Everyone's shit is being corrected from, you know,
I just can't see that being a good thing on their side if they don't do it for everyone.
Exactly.
Or allow it.
Yes. Because Karina...
You know they're going to drag them.
You owe her coins.
Taeyeon's going to come out and just beat them up.
So I'm like, girls, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, actually. But don't do Karina like that. You know, that's my homegirl.
Karina.
But let me jump...
You didn't like Karina.
You know, now that I know she's...
Oh, wait, did you actually?
I okay, listen, I love all it girls because they eat no crumbs left. But I didn't like aespa as the podcast daughters. That's what... I thought that was kind of...
They are the podcast.
So it's a little weird. No. So there's this group called IVE. They are eating no crumbs left. You might have heard of IM.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
Are they number one? I think it's G-Idol.
Well, the girlies were saying that, like, so people were like, okay, who's going to win the day song at the end of the year? Like, for Artist of the Year, blah, 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 blah. And so everyone's like, 17's going to win album. Artist of the Year is going to be like, whatever, maybe New Jeans. But Song of the Year, a lot of people were like, ooh, this is very testy because so many songs are really popular, especially now. And so a lot of people feel that, like, I think actually, like, if you look at the stats, Ditto from New Jeans is like killing it. But a lot of people mention that it has the advantage of being released so early in the year.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been out for so long.
Yeah. And I guess people were crunching the numbers, and actually, like, IM is doing really well by IVE, but it just doesn't have the like time. And possibly a lot of people were, you know, hypothesizing that if it came out earlier or like Ditto came out later, we might see a different story. So
Did they not do it based on like um
Tax.
average?
I don't know, but somebody like in the discussions that I was reading, somebody pointed out that it's not always the song that just had the best numbers that wins all the time, especially across like the multiple end of the year award shows. Like it kind of depends on which award show you're looking at. So, but there's also the fact that because they're coming back, it's just gonna literally put a battery in the popularity of their other songs back. Like, okay, can we talk about this before I jump in? I know I hate changing the subject, but okay, girls, I've cracked the code. It only took me 13 years, but here I got it. If you're a girl group and you want to be that girl throughout the year, you need to release one song in January, February, and then one song in the middle of the summer. And then maybe a little something in fall, just to like, let the girls know. Because the thing is, I'm like looking at New Jeans, and aside from the fact that their team is just killing it, I feel like that release pattern was so perfect because it was like just when, because January is like kind of like a dead zone, like nobody ever releases in January and like too early and like whatever. So they kind of owned, not saying that they only owned because it was a dead zone. Obviously there was other songs, but it's like they owned, it became a hit. It was a hit throughout like, January, February, whatever, that winter, spring era. And then all the girlies who were trying to get the summer hit coming back in May-ish, like April-ish, June-ish, there, whatever. And now it's like, okay, y'all good? We're going to come back in July. Our hit from before is not even out of the public consciousness yet. And now we're going to literally like revigorate y'all's obsession with that song because we have a new song, and we're like in the middle of the summer, so it's not too late to have a summer song, but it wasn't like with that big bunch of people who released all like early like June, late May. So it's like now you get
a lot in July.
What?
Aren't there a lot of people coming back in July?
Yes, but did they come back in like what? Ditto was in January, right? Maybe I'm lying to myself.
Ditto wasn't that December, and then
Ditto.
OMG was January.
Ditto, New Jeans. Look at me, my hypothesis crumbling.
I mean, no, I feel like that's still the same. It's just, I get what you're saying.
Oh, it was 2022, so it's probably December 2022. True, but just like in that era, like that's kind of like early, like whatever, and then it come back again, and it work. It only works if the song's popular. Like, let me get that straight.
If it's good.
Yeah.
We will see.
But I feel like it's like getting like this like beginning of July, like literally smack dab in the middle of summer. So it's like you don't get the, ooh, it's too early to really be considered a summer song, or like, ooh, if you would have just released this a really like a couple. I remember like so many songs like that where it's like, if you would have just released this a couple months earlier instead of in August or September, this could have really done something or whatever. But now it's too late for like tracking and stuff. So anyway,
they should have came back this week. Nobody came back this week, really.
That's true.
This would have been a great week for them.
They do have 473 MVs they're coming back with and 83 title tracks, so I feel like they'll have enough.
I'm so confused with the whole entire comeback thing. I'm like, were you guys even alive? And Powerpuff Girls was a thing.
And the girls are girling. Oh my god, literally these whoever is their whatever creative team, just give them a raise and then give them the keys to the company, because Powerpuff Girls with this Y2K, it's cute, they're all getting, and it's literally, it's not just them using the Powerpuff Girls aesthetic. I read it's literally a collaboration with the Powerpuff Girls 25th anniversary. I don't even know.
Oh gosh, sorry.
Not a bunny, guys. We got an anti-bunnies here. Let's get her 12-year-olds. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I think like New Jeans actually has a lot of older fans, so let me stop. I am one of them. But
I mean, if they're going for Powerpuff Girls, I mean, I guess that is older.
That's true. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like, you're right. Like, it's like, were y'all even cognizant? Were y'all even zygotes when this was popping? I don't know. But yeah, like, and even with the Coca-Cola, I feel like that collab did really that was a good collab too, because it was also like, remember, like, it was like a nice way to play off their relevancy and kind of test the tides without actually coming back, because I feel like it was right, they released that Coke Zero thing like right kind of as all the girls were coming. I think it was like very close to when I've released I Am. So I'm like, their team is really just eating no crumbs left. Like, those girls have a really good team behind them in so many facets. All right, let me scroll back because I've just been talking. Leanne says CBX might have lost the battle, but they will someday win the war, but they will win the war someday. Yeah.
I mean, maybe they did win though. You don't know how those corrections might go.
That's true. That's true.
They might get their own what they want.
Yeah, I want to believe the only reason they were willing to sell it was because literally SM was like, please, I'm sorry,
You're
Chen.
make us look so bad.
Exactly.
Please just stay.
I'm gonna poop my pants, please.
They're like, just do it. Do it now. We don't believe you.
We want to see. Open the diaper when you're done. I'm just kidding.
We want to smell it.
Oh my god, who are we turning them into? What is this headcanon? What is this Xiumin headcanon?
Wow, why is it just
because Chen would never. Okay, Chen is a father of 7.
I mean,
okay?
he had babies. He would not mind. He could be the one leading. He'd be like, guys, I've smelled the worst.
Let's see. Andy says Chen Ken Nuggets as like his little baby's names. That's cute. I'm using that.
Chinese.
Trevi said, what's wrong with Xiumin? Honestly, what's right with Xiumin? No, just kidding.
How dare you?
I just,
How dare.
It's a little thing we do. She comes for Kyungsoo disrespectively.
When do I ever come for Kyungsoo? Because I like Kyungsoo.
I'm actually putting together a compilation.
The Hunchback?
Yes. You literally called him the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay, no, I did not.
Disciples, we will get her together.
Literally just is always like dancing like.
The day we gather her Disciples will be the day she rues that she ever came for our fave. Masi says, so are they still renewing their contracts for 10 more years?
I think they already signed something. So
okay. Yeah, that's good. Andre says, I'm glad this was resolved, but it's still weird for them to be in pre-release knowing this was going on. Yeah. Which I wonder, because I remember like SM's kind of notorious for like, I don't know, it's kind of been like this thing where like when contracts negotiations are going on and it's not going, to the way they like it, it's kind of like a conspiracy theory that they'll like throw out something shady about like, oh, these people signed, we don't know about these hoes, so fans, if you want to point to anyone for ruining the group, point over here or whatever, or like they'll just release shady stuff. So I do wonder if there was any pressure like, girls, we're coming back, so you can either ruin the fans by making them stressed or just get in when you fit in.
I feel like they wouldn't care. I mean, I wouldn't care
about the fans.
I'm gonna do the comeback.
Oh yeah.
I just will still want my contract to be terminated.
What if they pulled a Chu though? Because remember when Chu was having issues with BBC and they were like not sending her cars and bodyguard and social like security services.
I don't think that would make them look good though.
SM.
Like I think people would find out that was happening.
That's true. I mean, they found out with Chu.
That would not look good.
Yeah. Mazzy also says SM resolved peacefully because they already know they're on a thin line with the law since it was exposed they're trying to get around paying taxes. I feel like people don't pick and choose when they want to care. Like people are like wait, what did you say?
I was gonna they're on a thin line for everything. So.
Thicken up that line, y'all. But yeah. Also, hey, what's up, Tian? Welcome to the stream. Tian said, I heard a lot of people are saying that CBX leaving would be more impactful 2 or 3 years ago as opposed to now. But IDK, what that means, maybe because they're headlining IDK. I mean, I think it's just like the state of EXO, and not in a shitty way, but like, I feel like, all EXO kind of know that like, we're in a stage where they're older, they're having to do their like army stuff. Like we won't see them like with like a guaranteed multiple comeback kind of thing like we used to like in 2014. So I feel like maybe that's the kind of thing where it's like I think XOL are kind of not content, but they understand like you're standing like a different group than you did in like 2016.
Yeah.
So yeah. Leanne said, ooh, I did see this. Did y'all see that SM sent Jaejoong flowers? If I were him, I'd be checking those. I mean, because they have cyanide in them, like, period. Like, they're trying to get rid of him. All of a sudden?
Well, maybe now that, what's his name's not leading them, they're like, it was always him. We liked you. We never wanted to.
Oh God! Imagine
part ways the way we did. Here's some flowers.
Maybe
they're trying to make themselves look good.
Honestly, I could see that. Or they're like, well, if Chen, Xiumin, and Baekhyun are gonna leave, let's try to get Jaejoon back.
All right, let's get them back. Let's bring them all except for what's his name?
Yu-chan. Yeah. Junsu, are you busy? Sha Junsu, Mickey Yu-chan. Oh, well, Mickey Yu-chan's in jail. What was it? Sha Junsu, Mickey Yu-chan, Max Changmin, Yuno, which is just like, girl, what does that even mean? Like, you know. Oh. What are we doing? Oh wait, what was Jaejoong's full name? Yeah.
I didn't even know they had like full names like that. I knew Max Changmin.
Oh my god, I cannot. Yeah.
Jaejoong.
Hero
Jaejoong.
Oh my god.
What in the world?
I want to go back. I want to go back.
No. Hero.
Oh God.
That's why they don't use those anymore.
They buried them. Watch them send Jessica a box of chocolates.
Oh gosh.
That's evil. No. Taeyeon's like, no.
Don't give her hope.
She's like, we want it back. But yeah, all right, well, I guess all's well that ends well, even though I'm scared. Like, I just don't trust it. But I don't know, because what it's
be hopeful.
Me too. But what it's kind of giving me, so I remember, like, for Kara, and y'all are gonna have to help me out, fill in the blanks. Kara, before Nicole and Jiyoung left in 2014, and then that was like what kind of kickstarted them, like with the Baby Kara project, and then eventually adding Youngji. There had been this weird dispute where like Nicole's mom was like, they're like, not giving them fair treatment. And I think even maybe Hara had said something. I think maybe at one point they all had said something about like DSP being shady. But then Gyuri was like, I don't know what those hoes are talking about. I'm good over here. And then like it kind of like, got like dealt with. But then eventually when their contracts did run up, Jiyoung and Nicole ended up leaving. So I wonder if it's like, okay, we'll keep it cute for like a year, but as soon as that contract runs up and we complete this promotion, we're out of here. All right, Chen's kids, we're gonna go work for them. Actually, they're gonna go work for Lay. All right, Lay's like, I've been waiting. All right, we're putting XOM back together.
Bring your sheep over here.
Come on. All right, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, good luck to Baekhyun and Chen. And I'm just kidding. Good luck to all of them.
You really just hate him. I've never dragged Kyungsecond. I would never. Except for his posture.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't play.
But, he's the one that's not fixing it. So I'm trying to point out an issue. Is he? I think he's given up on that.
How dare.
That's okay. He's old enough that he's just like, this is how I am.
How dare you? Also, you came for his movie The Moon when they refused to give us any details about it. And you were like, I don't even know if that's actually coming out.
What's that coming for him? It's coming for the production team.
Because you made him seem like some kind of husband. How dare.
I was worried about him, supposed to be giving money. And this movie just disappeared. It's a tax write-off. I was scared.
Loki, wait, you kind of have a point. Wait. Tian says Nicole, Hara, and Jiyoung had said something fishy was going on in favoritism, but Sunyeon and Gyuri came forward saying nothing was going on. But okay, so it was those three. Yeah, I remember specifically Gyuri's statement about being like, I don't know what they're talking about or whatever, and I was just really shocked about like that kind of divide.
It makes it feel like you're getting the favoritism.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one being like, I don't know about that one. Favoritism who? It's like, okay, maybe you're the one getting all the good things.
She's like giving this statement on the beach from Bahamas. I don't know. I've been at the Bahamas for the past 2 weeks. I really don't know what those other girls are doing. Yeah, but that was really suspicious. All right, moving on, y'all. All All right. So let me do this picture. You know, the picture that I had is not showing up, which makes me mad. But y'all, we gotta talk about our ex. The ex podcast boyfriend who...
Oh, so you admit there was another one that wasn't Kyungsoo.
Jazz's ex podcast boyfriend that she brought in, and he was just messy from beginning to end. But as you know, I mean, to be fair, I feel like what I chose to focus on about him was kind of messy. He was fun. I'm just a mess. But I remember I really enjoyed his era as the podcast stand-in boyfriend because he fed the drama. He, fed the mess. He studied at the school of Chen a marriage announcement with laying on the marriage and the baby at the same, like he was really giving what it was supposed to give. So I do miss him, but he is an ex. So we're going to be cordial, guys. All right. No slinging anything bad. Be very nice. He's married now. But of course, I had to talk about Joongki and the fact that on June 14th, it was announced that he has officially had his baby with his wife, Katie, I think Lewis Sanders. So his...
What's her name?
Yes, Katie Lewis Sanders.
Is she Italian?
Or maybe it's Saunders, but I know she lives in Italy. I don't know her whole 23andMe though, so maybe I don't know. Honestly, Joongki fans, please don't come for me. But there was a article I was reading on Panchoa where they were talking about how they actually did meet in Italy when he was filming Vincenzo, and they hit it off, and she ended up coming to Korea with him. And when he was busy out filming, he had a English Korean translator that would help her get around. So confirmation she can't speak Korean. Joongki, I'm not gonna act like I know his English level. Some people say they think his English is fine. He just has an accent, so people are judging him. Some people are it doesn't seem like he knows English. So I do wonder how they communicate, but that is none of my business. Okay, I wondered how Kiko and G-Dragon communicated too. Also none of my business. Okay, yeah. So love has no language. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Also, hey, Tal.
Random.
What?
His wife apparently was in the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh my God. So she's royalty. Wait a second. So we were out here treating her like she was a random Italian citizen. I'm sorry, Miss Sanders.
She's British, apparently.
I'm sorry, Miss Sanders. Okay, so she's the most famous out of everyone in this situation. Joongki should be licking her feet.
I feel like she was a background character. and somehow that makes it, she just rises above everybody.
In that critically acclaimed Oscar-winning, I think that the Lizzie McGuire movie won an EGOT, if I remember correctly.
Dang, an EGOT. It got an EGOT.
For me, Paolo. That part got an EGOT alone.
That was her.
And that's on period.
How do you know?
Yeah. Right. But yeah, so it was announced on the 14th that his the birth of his son was announced by his agency, and it was announced that his son was born in Italy. Joongki also took to his fan cafe to write a message to his fans about the occasion. So if you guys recall, back in December of 2022, Joongki surprised the world when he announced that not only was he married to his now wife Katie Lewis Sanders, but she was also pregnant with his first child. I think she has a child, but it would be his first baby. And as I mentioned before, I think maybe that was a rumor. Girls, I don't know. Sometimes I'd be reading the rumors. Sometimes I actually be reading the Soupy articles. Sorry. I mean, I'm trying to be cordial since he's our ex. But anyway, so he, at the same time, he announced in a very Chen-like fashion. At the same time, he also announced that he was pregnant. And Chen will be checking for the residuals. Chen's kids will be checking for the residuals from all you hoes who use the Chen method of pregnancy and marriage announcement. Okay. He needs what he's due, okay? Anyway, so I'm really happy for him. We've both moved on to bigger and better things. We're both happy. So I'm not the type to ex to sling mud. Okay.
You're not the jealous type.
Yeah, this podcast is not the type to sling mud. Let's But I did notice that there was a bit of mess, unfortunately, that came in this time of happiness. Because essentially, shortly after this was revealed, there was a interview that made the rounds where Joongki made a certain statement about life as an actor with being a husband and having a child that a lot of people were kind of, I don't want to say mad at, that may be a bit dramatic, but a little annoyed at. So essentially, this clip was an interview that he did with the channel Alien Mandarin. And so just for some context, this interview was done, I believe it said when he was promoting the film Hopeless at a film festival. I think it was the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, the Cannes Film Festival. And so this interview was done while his wife was pregnant, before he actually had the baby. But essentially, he makes a statement where essentially he just says, being a father, being a husband usually means losing out on a job in the acting industry. So let me just give the context, because it was like, he didn't just say this randomly. It was kind of like a back and forth between him and the interviewer. So for context, the interviewer said, your movie has been premiered at Cannes while your baby is on the way. The Chinese have this saying, a double harvest in work and family life. What do you think about the relationship between you two? Or between the two, so work and family life, being an actor and family life. So he responded, sometimes being a father, being a husband, that means losing a job in this business. Being a father and having a baby and a marriage with a woman in this business, sometimes it looks like I'm losing my job more and more. And so he specifically brought up his situation or whatever, but a lot of people thought that he was being a bit, maybe not closed-minded, but narrow-minded, in that a lot of people are like, well, traditionally and like historically in industries like these, women who are mothers and wives have it a lot harder than men. And so a lot of people took to like naming, like, you know, a lot of Korean male actors who have families and didn't have any type of hit to their careers. And then, of course, a lot of people also brought up the fact, as many as you know, before he was married to Miss Katie Lewis Sanders of Hilary Duff movie fame, he was married to Song Hye Kyo and the infamous Song couple that, as iconic as it was when they got together, it was equally as, I don't want to say iconic, but tragic when they parted, because it was very, very messy. And so a lot of people were bringing up how she suffered a lot image-wise when they broke up. And, you know, many people attribute that to not only him and how he handled it, but also just general misogyny and things like that. So a lot of people just thought it was kind of tone deaf for him to talk about, you know, how him as a man and as a father and as a husband is losing out on jobs. And, you know, a lot of people were saying he was dusty, which I was just like, damn, what? They were like,
why is he dusty?
Well, they were just like, you know what? He gives me like the creeps, like the heebie-jeebies. Like, I think somebody mentioned Tom Cruise. Like, you know how some people think Tom Cruise is kind of creepy?
Well, rightfully. After that Scientology stuff, after hearing what that stuff is all about, I'm like,
I guess that's true. Yeah, I think most of his is attributed to like I think it's attributed to Scientology and the whole, I'm in love with Katie Holmes.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the other thing. Where it's like, it's not creepy that he did that, it's just cringe. That is so cringy.
It was like, get off Oprah's couch before you break your ankles. What's going on?
Oprah was like, if I wasn't getting paid, I would have smacked you so hard on this thing. What the heck are you doing jumping on the freaking couch?
That's so true. But yeah, so like a lot of people were dragging him, but it kind of, I think some of his fans ended up coming to his defense, because they pointed out that he was like not necessarily saying it only happens to men. So in this article on Sportskita, they mentioned soon after, netizens found Song Joongki's full interview and discovered that his response was cut in between. After the controversial comment, he had added that those incidents occur on a case-by-case basis, and he wasn't scared of it since his family was more important to him than work. So the actual quote is, yes, case by case, okay, but I'm not afraid of this. I don't care. For me, family is always more important than work, but I love my job and I'll do my effort always for myself and for my family. I can be a good actor, and then I can be I'll be a human as a father, as a husband, and as a son. So I can do both. So some people still was like, girl, you stink. But like, you know, it seemed like, you know, this kind of quelled people's rumors. But I don't know, in general, what do you guys think about people getting upset over this comment? And do you think Tong, this is his baby's hand, by the way. First of all, we got the nails, girly. Like, the baby's nails are longer than mine.
Was a baby late?
What do you mean?
Because like I was a late baby and I came out with like nails.
Oh,
like long nails. Like when your nails are long, it's like usually like I assume that you're just like,
oh, you had more time.
You were in there a little too long.
Oh, I don't know.
Your nails started being like, whoop.
I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know, but the baby needs to give me his nail tech because I don't understand how I'm looking like this and the baby
are not there. They are pushed back and clipped.
Exactly. I see a little bit of glitter gloss, like a little bit of. He got a lash on, a lash extension on too. Whoa. Wait a second, why does the baby slay? It just came out the room. I'm confused.
Just got lipstick on.
Like, wait a second. Okay, Miss Sanders.
Wig, there's like
laid to the gods. I'm confused. But yeah. Wait, sorry. What was the question?
You asked the question.
That's because this baby ate and I was taken off guard.
I like that's just his hand. He served that.
He's like, girls, I'm here. Okay, I'm about to get a reprise in the air when they do the reboot of the Hilary Duff movie. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think
there was anything wrong with what he said?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, kind of period. I feel like this was okay. Here's the thing. I agree. It is annoying to hear a guy say this when it's obviously worse for women, but I don't think that necessarily means he's not allowed to speak his truth. You know,
it's not like it's not hard for guys. It's just not as hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think it was probably, I mean, you know, obviously the whole thing with Song Hye Kyo, in retrospect, that was very, very messy. I was trying to catch up on it because honestly, when it was happening, I was kind of like, who are these people? Because I wasn't really into K-drama at the time. Who are you people? But it seemed like, and I know the girls that get it. Like, I think, like, in retrospect, Song Hye Kyo got a lot of, like, the brunt of the criticism. So, in retrospect, people are like, people were too hard on them, on her. So, a lot of the, I know sometimes that can result in, like, people then, in retrospect, being harder on Song Joongki. But from what I saw, he was being a little more shady in retrospect, and apparently his dad was dragging Song Hye Kyo too, so it was just kind of like,
did she do something?
So essentially, from the two videos I watched,
wait a minute,
essentially
he was married to the girl from
Where Have You Been? From Descendants of the Sun.
Glory?
Yes. Yeah, that's Gagiana. The gag is a lot of people were like, she'll never come back from like how her career was tarnished. So this was like a very triumph story with this movie being, or this series being so popular. Yeah.
I did not even notice.
And it was the same girl. And that girl was Song Hye Kyo.
It's a plot twist.
Yeah.
That isn't even a plot twist because everyone knew.
Plot twist if you didn't read the Wikipedia.
All the facts are there. I just didn't. I was not looking.
No, because I didn't like, now that I've both became a fan of both of them through watching him Reborn Witch this year, and then her Glory, or last year, and her The Glory this year. Glory. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, this is so crazy that now that I'm like, I care about them a lot. It's like finding out all this stuff about them and how that, like, I was in the, because I'm like into K-pop and Korean entertainment, I like knew of that, but I didn't know how deep it was and how crazy it was at the time. But essentially it was like they were in they both starred in a hit drama called Descendants of the Sun. For the longest time, people are like, this chemistry is off the charts. Y'all dating? And they're like, nah. And then all of a sudden they were like, actually, we're getting married. And so they got married and people are like, oh my God, fairy tale couple. But then I think like 2 years-ish after, he announced that they were filing for divorce, and people are like, ah. And the Gagiana is, since he's the one who like announced it first, a lot of people assumed that he was the one who like initiated it. So Song Hye Kyo must have did something weird for him to want to get divorced for her. So one of the things that I kept hearing was that like she technically was the one who wanted to file first, but he got to announce it first. So a lot of people see that in shady because obviously you get to play with the narrative depending. But ultimately it just seemed like, I mean, I don't know these people, but ultimately it kind of seemed like they kept like citing that they were like busy, and then also they were just very different and they had differences that they couldn't reconcile on. I think maybe there was some talk of like kids or something, not having kids or having kids or something like that. But what it really seemed like was that like they fell in love while playing the characters in Descendants of the Sun and didn't really have time to cook outside of that. So maybe they like fell in love with each other as those characters a bit maybe, and then when they got married and actually lived with each other where there wasn't the glitz and glamour of Descendants of the Sun, it was like, oh, who the hell are you? Like,
you're not that character. Hold
there was also
so then how does dad get involved?
Apparently his dad was like, because apparently, okay, girls, this is when you guys, everyone, this is when you're gonna have to fill in the blanks because this is only like some stuff that I read. So apparently another part of the discrepancy was allegedly, from what I read, maybe there was an expectation that when they got married, she'd stop working and like as much and kind of be like a stay-at-home wife or whatever. And so obviously her in like the peak of her career, she's literally so popular, she would not do that. And then maybe the dad threw some shade on that or something. I don't know. Dad need to worry about his own relationship because
I was like, who are you?
It's giving Tao's dad.
Oh gosh.
But yeah. But y'all can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm actually not 100% sure. But let me jump into chat. Let's see. Yes, Tao. Song Joongki's. Song Joongki's child being the child destiny. Very much so. Tian says, IDK, my whole thing is that he's still a big name, and like my earlier comment, dilfs are hot, so I see the career won't take an L because it's the true. And I feel like it's easier for guys to like not ever talk about their family or children ever, like, and just kind of be like, yeah, I had a child, but like that's not like, there's so many male just celebrities with children and families that you would never know because no one ever, and I guess because they didn't have to be pregnant, so it's not as obvious or whatever, but it's like you would just never know because they never are asked to talk about it, versus like if it's a mom, like I feel like that's a common question. But yeah, Tian also says, from what people are saying and based off online evidence, it looked like Joongki was in control of Haekyo and Haekyo didn't like, so she chose to force. I mean, it kind of lines up with the whole he didn't want her to work type thing.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's a red flag.
Yeah, but this is all alleged. I don't know this man.
Yeah,
but I do know his baby slays. So, Andy said,
that one hand.
Because it's giving. Okay, it's giving. He's like, okay, girls, you're not ready for me. Me and Chen's kids are about to take over. So I don't know what me, Chen, and Bobby's kids. You won't even see what's coming. We're literally about to own SM. So what are you gonna do about it? But yeah, Andy says, oh yeah, I remember that whole family topic, something about how allegedly he wanted a family right away, but she didn't and wanted to continue her career, but who knows? Yeah. I feel like I would have to do like some intentional digging, which I only did skimming, so.
She also is older, so I'm like, could she have kids?
I mean, at the time they were together, it was like from what, like 2017 to 2019, and I think she's like 41 now, so she was maybe late 30s, so she could have still had kids. But I also think in one of the videos I watched, it was like I don't know if she had talked about like what she wants to do or whatever, but I don't know. Me being whatever, it kind of reminds me of like, well, no, let me not do this because I don't know these people. Okay, yeah. In conclusion, our messy ex, let's not drag him for this one, y'all. Maybe not this one. There'll be a time to drag him, but not this time. And
not this time.
Queen.
She's gonna be searching for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be looking out for it.
Just you wait, guys.
In a cordial way. I don't want him to. I want him to whatever. Speaking of podcast boyfriends.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what this doc is. I don't know why this is the energy. This is the juju that's like emanating today, but apparently
your ex is coming back to you.
Exactly, and it's giving thirsty. Like it's giving desperate. Me and Kyungsoo, he's been sending the spousal support checks again, so we're fine. Like the lights are on. We don't need it. Period. Anyway, for the next topic, I wanted to talk about the updates we have about Squid Game season 2. So Squid Game, a phenomenon that Jazz has still have yet to watch. So, you know,
Wait. I still haven't watched it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna real quick, you know, just so like no spoilers. I'm just gonna real quick, like, you know, set this up just in a way where like it just makes sense. So like, okay, so everyone
always blocking me.
All right, guys. So
wow. So rude. Is this because I didn't watch it?
Yes,
no,
you have
fine.
34 years to watch it and you still haven't watched it.
You know what's funny?
What?
I was like, I should watch this. But then I saw that there's this other show called Copycat Killer. It's a Taiwanese show. I haven't watched it yet, but I just saw a preview of it, and I'm like, I should watch that first.
You've been saying this for 32 years. The thing is, you've been saying this for 32 years, so unfortunately...
What I actually said was, like, when season 2 actually is about to come out, I will watch
These are lies and fallacies.
I'm saying, when I actually see the date of when season 2 is coming out, that the week before is when I'll watch Squid Game season 1.
Okay.
So it can be fresh, you know? I'm not forgetting anything.
Y'all write this down. We gotta hold her to it. And if she doesn't, then I don't know. She gotta do egg year or something. We gotta make up a punishment.
We'll see how much subtitles my brain can.
Also, speaking of Taiwanese, wait, did you say Thai shows? Thai?
It was a Taiwanese.
Okay, never mind them. All right.
Actually,
yeah, everyone yell at her to watch Squid Game. But anyway, so as we have known, ever since the popularity of Squid Game, when it swept the nation, you know, we heard, I feel like shortly after it became a phenomenon, we heard that Netflix would be working on a season 2. So we do have some updates from what is happening with the season 2, including an air date, who's going to be on the cast, and whether a season 3 is also simultaneously in production. Yeah, they're wilding out here. All right, so it all kind of started when on the, I believe, 16th, on the 15th, a news outlet reported that Im Siwan would be starring in season 2 of Squid Game. K-pop related. Im Siwan was in Zaya, but I feel like his claim to fame was that he was an actor, and I think one of his first biggest hits was Misang, the work office drama he was in. Do you remember that? That was a while ago.
I just remember him being an actor.
Yeah.
And I remember him being Zaya.
Yeah. Well, those are his two. That's like his K-pop relation, because I know we're sometimes stretching it thin here. But yeah, it was announced that he would be in it. And so essentially in response to that report, both Siwan's agency and Netflix was like, what do you mean? Like, they were like, we can't confirm that at this time. And so I'm sorry, but that outlet needed to pump the brakes. I know you want the, you know, lead story, but calm down, because literally 3 days later on the 18th, they announced, they officially revealed the cast of who would be participating in season 2. So it was really like, I mean, they know their audience, which is me. But it was a really cute reveal. Let me actually see if I can bring it up real quick, because I feel like as a Squid Game stan, and Susan, don't get any ideas, because I know you're going to try to copyright strike me, but I had already asked the Squid Game CEO if I could literally like show this. So if you try to, that's a hate crime if you try to play me. All right, so.
Sorry, a preview?
What?
It's a preview?
Yeah, they have a straight up trailer. So let me let this trailer.
When is this coming out? Sorry.
The girls want to know. So we see our man.
Ew.
How? Do you want to fight? I think you're trying to fight me tonight. So we have 3 returning. Three returning cast members. And then they revealed 3 new cast members that would be joining the cast. So Siwan wasn't that. So we got a confirmation.
The guy from The Glory.
We have one of my former baby fathers, Kang Han-woo. And we have the dude from The Glory. What is it? Park Sung Ha. And we have this guy, which he's famous. I just don't know who he is. Yang Donggun. Donggun? Should I know who he is? All right. So with that trailer, we have the new addition to the cast. Just as a recap. So from season 1, we have Lee Jung-jae returning, Byung-hun returning. He played the front man. Oh, wait, that's kind of a spoiler, but whatever.
I mean, you already put it there already, right? It's like, well, yeah.
Is it Wee Ha-jun who played a main character, and then Gong? It didn't say it in this, but in the reports it said that Gong Yoo will also be returning, and he had also a very important but still like in some ways small role in the series. And then that
was just the first episode.
Did you watch the first episode?
That was like the 2 seconds that I watched.
Oh my god!
And then I was like, I was trying to watch it with what's it called? Voiceover. And I was like, oh gosh, no.
Oh my god, why would you ever?
Because I was like, I don't want to read. So then I was like, let me try and listen to it. Because like my dad, and I think my sister watched it with the voiceover. And I was like, oh, maybe I can do it. But then I heard his voice and I was like, that's not what he sounds like. So I need to like come back to this when my brain is ready to read subtitles.
Yeah,
and that's where it went downhill because I never came back.
I forget who, somebody said that like the voiceovers are very much like they had no idea this was going to become a national phenomenon, because if they did, that would not be what they sounded like, because it's just really bad.
I feel like it's the same with that Money Heist.
Oh yeah,
Money Heist got better for the voiceovers as time went on.
Yeah. And then in terms of the new cast members, as we mentioned, we have Im Siwon, Kang Han-woo, Park Sung-hoon, who was in The Glory, and then Yang Dong-gun. Yang Dong-gun's fans, can you tell me where he's from?
It's from Korea.
I feel like, because the thing is, there's also like, I feel like he's a basketball? Wait, no, he's not a basketball player. I'm just lying. You know how I love to lie. Let's see what this young man's doing. All right. So he's 44. Okay. Is there anything I know? I thought he looked younger. My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady.
Okay, he was.
Cammy.
I Am Sam. Top was in this drama. Three Musketeers. Okay. Cheer Up by Twice. He was in the music video. Just kidding.
I don't think I've seen any of these.
Yeah, me either. But I mean, he has a long history since 1987. So
1987.
Mama is booked and busy.
He was a child.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of crazy. Oh, okay. He has moved. Maybe he's more of a film dude.
I don't think I know any.
Me either. What do y'all know? Yes, Leanne with the wiki article. Leanne says, according to Wikipedia, he's an actor, rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and breakdancer. So what does he not do? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I hope he does breakdancing. That'd be cool. Oh, he was on the King of Mask Singer.
Oh, okay. So he can sing. Okay.
And Show Me the Money. Wait, did he rap?
Wait, what? What's going on?
Where was that?
Oh my god. Wait, why is Squid Game considered a web series?
I guess because it's Netflix.
He was also on
Show Me the Money.
He hosted Unpretty Rap Star season 3? What the hell?
Hold on.
Oh, he was a producer.
Who is this man?
Oh my gosh.
This is very interesting.
Go him. Right, so we have a star-studded cast for season 2. Now, a couple other things that I read on Soompi.com about the upcoming season that I thought was quite interesting. So the production of Squid Game season 2 is reported to be 100 billion won, which is approximately $78 million. And after wrapping up casting, filming will reportedly begin this summer, and it's set to release in 2024. So it's not going to come out this year.
I have time.
Huh?
I have time.
I hate you.
So much time.
I hate you so much. You better you better binge it tomorrow.
No.
And then previously, so this was kind of interesting. Previously on May 16th, a Korean news outlet, Osen, reported that Netflix was moving forward with the third season, and that apparently season 2 and season 3 would be filmed at the same time, with the 2 seasons consisting of 13 episodes in total. Now, Netflix heard this and they're like, girl, what are you doing? Oh, Sam, you better behave. And so they responded saying that at this time they're focusing on giving their all and preparing for season 2, and that no details have yet been decided about season 3. Now that might be a cover up, because apparently they've already filmed 45 seasons of Love is Blind simultaneously. So this would not be new for the big streamer. That's true. I mean, is it though? Because I feel like they gotta follow around all these annoying ass couples. I mean, they gotta follow these couples around.
I mean, you're not wrong.
They gotta go to all
these
cities. But
that's not expensive. You're just hiring people to just follow people around.
I feel like though,
compared to this, is probably special effects.
That's true. That's true.
Stunts. You gotta pay all these people to dress up in these pink outfits.
That's true.
Masks on.
That's true. Oh wait, some people in the chat are asking if there is any women cast. So this was an article that I pulled up that was pretty recent, but I did see something on Facebook and I didn't get time to confirm that there was another, I guess, set of cast announcements, and one of them did contain a female actress, but I didn't get a chance to confirm. I forget who it was. Damn it. Yeah, I forget who it was, but it was somebody who I knew. So I was like, oh, snap, is she in it? But it was also on Facebook, so I was like, oh. I was like, can I believe this? I don't know. Wait, let me...
That's very interesting. Were there no girls in the Squid Game?
Yes, one of the most...
Except for the one girl?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, no, there was multiple. One of the most... There was less, I guess, main character-y girls or whatever. But I mean, besides like people who played like the parents and stuff like that, Jung Ho-yeon, she, I think, arguably was the biggest breakout star from that season. And she
the model girl, right?
Yeah, but then there was another girl who kind of played a more like rough around the edges kind of scammer, and she was really well received and well liked. And then there was a girl who, dang it, I forgot her name, but she was also a pretty important player in the show, and she also got pretty popular off of it. Let me look up these names because I'm a mess. Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so yeah, Jung Ho-yeon, she played Kang Se-byuk, and she got really, really popular. And then let's see, wait, why isn't it showing main cast? Okay, list of Squid Game characters, supporting cast. Now, why isn't this Miss Ma'am? I think was it Kyung? Oh no! It was Jiyoung, played by Yumi. She also was a big character. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if they're just waiting to announce more people. But I did see like another article. But I'm looking at the wiki right now, and it's not talking about any of these people at all. So we'll see. But that was one thing that I wanted to bring up. Now, what I'm about to say might be a lie, because I meant to research it, and I just didn't. But from what I noticed is that, like, aside from like Lee Jung-jae, and then who was like the main character, and then obviously Byung-hyun and Gong-yoo were like, they made their little cameos. Well, not cameos, but they had smaller roles, but they were obviously big people. The first season cast was a lot of like Ho-yeon, who became like a breakout star. This was like her first acting role, and a lot of the people that were in this was like their first roles or their first big role and stuff like that. So I think it's interesting that this time around we at least know 3 of the players, and obviously Siwon, he's a well-known actor. Kang Han-woo, a star. The other guy, I don't know if it's recency bias because he was in The Glory or whatever, but I feel like he's decently well known. So having these 3 big actors, let's see, what was my question? Okay, so my question was, while many are excited for the new cast, a lot of people are cautious about the number of big name actors being added. It's interesting that aside from, Byung Hyun and Gong Yoo and Jung Jae, most of the who played minor roles, the other two, obviously Jung Jae was the lead, most of the season 1 cast were not big name actors. So do you think that the fact that they're adding a lot of big names to the lineup who are going to be players, as they mentioned, is a good thing, or do you think that they're just stuffing the lineup to create artificial buzz?
I mean, what's his name is a big actor, right?
Kang Han-woo?
No. That, like, in the first season, some of the people were big actors.
They were, but they didn't play really big roles. I think most of the main roles, aside from Lee Jung Jae, were like not that big of actors.
The other guy's not famous, or maybe
the guy who played the friend. Afterwards? I don't know.
The one he was in Bad and Crazy. I don't remember his name.
You love that. Was everyone in Bad and Crazy? Like,
I love Bad and Crazy. That is like, but he was like the. Yeah, what's his name? Hajun. Hajun is in Bad and Crazy.
But is he like a main girly, or is he a side girly? Like, no, I mean like in general. Like, is he was that like his just other big thing he did?
Like, I think he was in Little Woman, but I guess that was after Squid Game.
I do think Netflix has this habit. Netflix has this habit of like, once you do a couple Netflix, they're like, "Girl, you're with us. You're only with us."
Yeah, honestly.
So
maybe, yeah. I guess it was just side parts for Squid Game. I don't know. I guess it's only 3 people, for all you know. Like, they might be like big characters, but there might be a like even bigger character that's just not a well-known.
Hopefully, they die.
They just didn't release. Yeah. Oh my god.
Just kidding.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Okay, wait, Leanne, yes, educate me. Park Hae-soo, Park Hae-soo, the guy who was the MC's friend, is pretty famous, I feel. Okay. I wasn't sure about him either. I didn't get to check his wiki credits. Andy says that Netflix 10-year contract. Oh my god.
10-year.
Tian says a lot of fans are hoping Netflix doesn't make the show too Korean in terms of playing into a typical. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, okay, I don't want to say it's something because I feel like Korean dramas run the gambit. Like, I feel like there's a stereotypically like, you are my destiny, but I definitely think there's different like genres or whatever. But I feel like based on what made the first one pop, they'll just kind of keep going with that because it would just makes like they want to all of a sudden have like a love line,
a romance.
Yeah, and he's suddenly Lee Jung Jae is a chaebol, and he has like an English speaking poor girl who he's like, oh my god, you fool. Like, he's like, but I love you, and he has a what is his Goon Pyonju hair perm, whatever. Like,
he almost gets hit by a car, he stops it. She like falls
during the Squid Game. Motion. It's
sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Like, you are my destiny. But yeah, hopefully that would be a mess, a love story in this life.
I would love that. Honestly, do it. I think I would watch even quicker.
Oh my god. Stop lying to us. Stop stringing us along, please. We deserve better. All right, so I just want to say, both to Kyungsoo and Xiumin, do you see the potential here? Do you see all the potential podcast boyfriends that can take your spot if you don't come correct over the next 2 years? Do you see?
Wow.
Like, literally.
Is this what you're doing? See, this is what I don't do. My podcast boyfriend stays the same.
I'm just trying to make sure the check clears every week, okay? You think you know how much these lights cost to keep on? $78 million, literally equal to season 2 of Squid Game. Literally.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think they're gonna get that much.
Yeah, well, they better get it together because we have 3 contenders right here that are right. Look at the determination in their eyes. Look at the determination in their eyes. Don't play with me, Kyungsoo. Anyway. And you too, Xiumin. You can get it too.
Oh, no, Xiumin's fine. He's nice thing. You might, like, negotiate even more money.
What if
Yeah.
he's like negotiating shares in like SM and he becomes a CEO?
That would be the biggest plot twist. Like, I would never.
He's like, I didn't get this theology degree for nothing. All right, this PhD in Jesus Christ. Is that what theology is?
I don't think it's just Jesus Christ. I think it's all like deities and whatnot.
He was like, y'all didn't get me like y'all got Joe Kwan. Honestly, Joe Kwan, poor baby, because he was made an example of. That was not fair. It should have been Xiumin. No, just kidding. Xiumin got that theology degree fair and square. Okay, so feds, look elsewhere.
Take it from him. He's done nothing but get his education.
Listen. Ooh,
this whole entire episode has been you dragging him.
No,
he's done nothing.
Out of love, I'm dragging him. I want him to, I know he's been through a lot, and I just want him to, rise and grind. Kyungsoo is gonna have to be in season 3.
They should put all of EXO in Squid Games. I would be in for it. That would be the web series that I would have wanted instead of whatever annoying. That EXO next door or whatever
that was a masterpiece. The only problem is that the I'm sorry because I'm sick. I'm sick and I'm tired. The fact that they had the audacity to make Kyungsoo the second lead, and in any world he would lose out to Chen. Yeah, no, let me stop. That's EXO on EXO crime. But I'm
just upset that they just said EXO bring in the coffee for the members, and and then exit stage left.
EXO and
we'll
stage
never
hands.
See you again.
Literally the assistants. Yeah, I was like, that's sick. Like I was like, thanks. My fave is featuring, but like if my fave was anyone else, like I'd be sick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like even Saehyun had lines. I was like, what the heck? He's not even a love interest.
He was a love interest with that girl's brother. That was
what was that?
Transformative. That was very woke for its time. Andre says, what games are we expecting them to use? They better use hopscotch. I'm ready to see Kang Hanu. Actually, they need to do double dutch. I'm ready to see Kang Hanu be like,
get chopped out.
Oh my god. Are you on the script? Are you a script writer? I'm trying to tell us something.
That'd be awesome.
Imagine Uno
reverse card. Like no.
Neck gets snapped. Yes. Not tic-tac-toe. The toe actually, you get your toe chopped off if you don't win.
Connect 4.
Oh my god. You use your actual bodies and you have to slam.
Yeah, I know, you jump in. You're on a team with other people.
Wait, how dare you joke about this? You didn't even watch the show. Get out of here. Anyway.
I watched enough people play what is it, that crab game?
Oh my god.
You remember?
Yes. Oh my goodness. All the spin-off like Roblox type things from that. It was like the new Among Us. Sussy Baka,
That was great.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So wait a second. Holy crap. Oh wait, did you want to use the Xiumin update?
I feel like my update was just him.
Oh dang. Dang
thing. Yeah.
I just want to play it though. You can
I don't think he did much this week.
Dang.
He was out here talking to SM. That takes a lot of your work day,
It's giving unemployed, unfortunately.
So. How dare you? He was about to get hired for a new show, so how dare you?
That's fair. Let me not be too hard on him. He literally went through a lengthy law battle in court with SM, so and for the good of SM employees everywhere too. So what a king. But that means it's time for
oh gosh.
because Susan plays too much and she's always trying to get me out here. All right, y'all. So I actually have a Kyungsecond today, which I always do. So I don't know why I said that.
It's a change.
But anyway, first of all, look at the little beanie. Look at the posture. Look at the sclera. It is large and it is white. Okay. Yeah.
Still going out.
How dare. All right, y'all, so the tea is one Kyungsoo was spotted attending Bruno Mars's concert. So this Bruno Mars concert, for some reason, this was like literally the Super Bowl for Korean entertainment.
I was like, what is going on? Like that, they were in love with him.
I was surprised.
I didn't know he was that popular. At least, like, I knew he was popular, but like the way that everybody was just there.
Literally, Inkigayo was there. Like the Inkigayo stage from this, like the Inkigayo, everyone who's going to attend Inkigayo this weekend was literally there. I was gagged.
Did you see the video I sent you?
Oh, the one where he said "Bogo Shippo" or whatever.
Yeah, and then you got what's his name? Was Yeonjun or whatever from TXT. And he was like, nada. Like, he was like, me too. Whatever,
I'm gonna need you to settle, sir. All
like,
right,
sir, relax.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, I am too, but like,
I kind of makes sense because he is really talented. I don't know how often he tours in Korea or whatever, but I know Kyungsoo alone has been singing that Billionaire song since 1994 somehow. So the girls love covering themselves and Bruno, so it kind of makes sense. And I'll say Bruno Mars is a really good performer. Like,
oh yeah.
I hope they came with
like
their
it's
notepads.
not like surprising, but it's like the amount that like. Do other artists not come to Korea a lot?
I don't know. Like, I was trying to look up like when the last time he went to Korea because it literally was such a phenomenon. But I guess it's just like I don't even know when the last time he toured in general was. So yeah, because I don't really follow.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was touring. Actually,
me either. He just came to Korea. He was like, I got to do the girls a solid.
He was like,
Bruno is like the Keju print. Why is it like? Okay, sorry. Bruno is like the K blueprint. I do feel like a lot of people covered, especially back in the day with like Grenade and Marry You and stuff like that. Yeah. That was like back to back nonstop. All right, but more importantly, so this week Bruno Mars held a 2-day concert in Seoul, Korea, and brought out the whole entire Korean entertainment industry. Among these peasants was King of King Do Kyungsoo. Sorry, I'm reading exactly how I wrote. Kyungsoo was there, who went day 2 to de-stress from the fact that CBS is going to jail. sorry. I'm so sorry.
Where's the jail symbol? Like, I wish I had the button so I could just put it over you. Just you.
I'm so sorry. I'm being
sorry. The fact that you're just reading it, you could have omitted it. You were just like, no, I'm just gonna keep going.
That was out of pocket. You know what? You can get one jab, but you can do one jab. He wants to free.
Is that why his shoulders look like?
See, hold on. Stop trying to act innocent because you had that one queued up. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a whole second. Okay, so King of Kings Do Kyungsoo went day 2 to distress from the fact that CBX is going to jail, and thus his EXO checks will be cut in half, and he'll struggle paying me spousal support this week.
What is that? Why would his checks be cut in half? Why would he not get more since they're not there?
I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
These facts aren't lining up.
I was off the Takiki when I wrote this. Anyway. So, so he came, he gets out of the house sometimes. We're happy. But one of the cute anecdotes that is circling around the Kyungsecond fandom is the fact that a girl was lucky enough to, when she was leaving the venue, run into Do, which resulted in a funny little incident because she wanted to get his autograph, but the thing was she didn't have a pencil or a pen or anything, so she ended up using her lip tint, and he signed her little thing with oops, why is this thing not? Sorry, I'm trying to set it up so you guys can see. He ended up signing her thing with lip tint. So this is
I know that looked bad. What in the world?
Girl, it better be the Etude House. Oh wait, this is the thing, but yeah.
I just settled for a picture. Can we do that? What in the world is that?
So yeah, oh, not the jail cell again. What's going on? I'm being played. So yeah, I just thought that was really, really cute, that this anecdote especially. Also, there was reports, there were on the scene reports where people were saying that he was very handsome and his posture was impeccable. So I don't know, Jazz, if you want to take back everything you just said, or like,
why did they have to say that specifically?
I don't know.
That makes me feel like they know.
They knew the rumors that were spreading by one Jazz. Okay, they knew where the source.
They knew the facts.
They knew where the source was coming from.
You're like, wow, his posture actually looks a little bit better today.
How dare. Oops. Michael says, hey Michael, welcome to the stream. This was Bruno Mars' second time in Korea. He had a concert 9 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
This bicentennial.
No wonder everybody was there.
Bicentennial ass concert.
They made it seem like it was like this big event. I was like, is this Michael Jackson level? I was like, I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay, so who's better, Michael Jackson or Bruno Mars?
Okay, let's not. Well, it's Michael Jackson.
Did you see that they were doing that? They do this every week, but okay, who's more iconic, Beyonce and Michael Jackson? It's like, just say you want Beyonce to get dragged. Like, it would be easier if you just cut to the chase and just, stop beating around the bush.
Lately, they've been saying like, oh, Taylor Swift is on that level of Michael Jackson, and I'm just like, what? Like, I get it. Like, I can see maybe, I guess she does a lot of concerts and they sell out very well, but like, maybe that's the only thing I can see the parallel.
I mean, I think,
but the people responding to her versus how they would respond to when Michael Jackson was like out there on stage, I feel like two different things.
If it's anyone, it's BTS.
All
right, let's move on quickly.
So,
not Taylor who.
Why would you say this for BTS to get dragged? I'm sorry.
No, well, I mean, I've seen people faint when BTS. I told you the story about J-Hope, and J-Hope had me on a chokehold, and I was like, who am I becoming? When I went to KCON in New York and I had a press pass.
You didn't invite me.
You always did, and I did invite you, and you slayed the seats because we didn't know if it was 17 up there dancing or ants, but
I did know.
Listen, y'all,
I'm taking pictures at the feet of BTS, and I'm like at home 20 minutes away. I mean, well,
I'm sorry, I had to grind. You remember I was staying in that Roach motel, so I
would have invited you to stay over.
That's kind of true. I was dancing with them roaches. Me and the roaches were doing the Ajikto Jojo Niandwe choreography, trying to like make ends.
Hopefully they're there. I don't know.
We were trying to make ends meet in the hotel.
Actually, they were the ones performing on the stage. Did you not know? That was in 17.
Wow. So here I am trying to slay those roaches, and they were employed, and I didn't even have a job. So, maybe I need to look within, shaking my head. But anyway, one additional side note that I wanted to talk about was the fact, we already mentioned that this was a big deal, like this Bruno Mars concert, everyone's trying to get tickets. And so a lot of famous people attended from like GOT7, BTS, Blackpink. There were so many like little dramas to come out of it. Like somebody pointed out that both G-Dragon and like, I guess, did they say Kai? Kai's in the army. That doesn't make any sense. But Kai,
I heard that Kai went with Taemin, and I was like, huh. I guess because he's not like, I don't think he's
not like other girls. Yeah.
I think he's like, he did the same thing that like Taemin did, where it's like he's injured. No, where he has a prior injury. So
okay. Because I was like,
maybe they have more lenient stuff.
Okay, because I was like, he's about to get dragged. But yeah, and people were saying, oh my god, Jennie, Kai, G-Dragon, all of them are there. And then apparently Lisa went with Park Bo-gum, but then everyone was like, oh, she's going with the mystery man, that's her boyfriend or something. So it was a bunch of bullcrap. But essentially this was a really hot concert, and it was even like difficult. It was really difficult for people to get tickets. So there ended up being like this controversy, and I don't know how serious it was, but some netizens were basically getting upset at the idea that some stars might have gotten tickets to the concert via like special privileges because they're famous, as opposed to having to go through traditional ticketing process like everyone else would. And like literally these are like big stars that people are like, we don't care, we want to see Bruno Mars, so y'all hoes better queue with the rest of us or whatever. So it got to the point where for some reason, I don't know if people were specifically dragging or calling out Young Jae from GOT7, but essentially he took to Instagram and proved via receipts that he had purchased his tickets through regular means and paid 162,000 won for it. And so just to clear again, I don't know if people were like, your ass, I don't know how you got there or something like that, but for whatever reason he took to, I guess people were tracking down people who they felt might have got special privileges or whatever, but he, you know, cleared his name. I guess it was like everyone was trying to get tickets, so it's just annoying to see if I'm like, obviously a famous person would be able to get free tickets. Like, I don't know.
Like, why are we complaining? I feel like they do that at every concert.
Yeah, so maybe because Bruno hadn't been there the last time he was there was last millennia, so they were like, oh, okay, we'll never see this guy again. So there, but I just thought that was very weird. But then apparently, our homegirl, who's like the main character of this episode of the podcast, Song Hae Kyo, she also kind of like told this story or revealed that she was able to get 6 tickets and she did it through traditional means as well, and she didn't use special privileges. And so a lot of people were like, oh my god, like that's so whatever of her. But then a lot of other people were like, wait a second. So I read this in the damn Netizen Buzz comments, so I don't know, you know, they'd be hateful as hell. But apparently in those comments people were saying that through traditional means, so if you go through, I guess, their version of Ticketmaster or whatever the hell, you're only allowed to buy 4 tickets at a time. So the fact that she got 6 tickets is suspicious because you're only allowed 4. So people are wondering how she got the other 2. So people are like, oh, well, I don't know. They were saying that even if she got the 4 through traditional means, she probably got the extra 2 through like privileges or whatever. But I'm like, mama, that's Song Hae Kyo. Y'all were just gassing her up with the glory. What do you mean? That's Bruno Mars's homegirl. So I just thought it was funny that people were like, you whores, you're like eating up all the Bruno Mars tickets. We don't care about you. We want to see Bruno Mars too. But Dio was like, I don't
could
care.
They all afford that?
Oh,
no offense.
The tea?
Because some of these things that the famous people, like, their seats usually are like high quality, and it's like, I wasn't getting that. I wasn't gonna be there.
That's true.
So what am I like yelling at?
That's true, but honestly, looking at some of these pictures, some of these people were sitting in regular ass seats. Oh well, I don't really know.
Jay? I think I saw a clip of him, and I was like, "Where are you?"
Yeah, I'm like,
you up back there?
I was like, usually I feel like there's like for famous people, there's like a box or something here, like. Yeah. Somebody has Woozy, Hoshi, and all them, and they just look like they're sitting in a regular ass spot. Like these look like regular ass people behind them.
That'd be so cool.
I know, right? Be like, anyway, Woozy. So I don't know if you want to like maybe get a drink after this. I don't know. He's like,
start singing in front of him. Like, I can sing very well.
Like you're just.
If you have any tracks,
you're just humming. Lay down. You're just humming to get it. You're like, oh, sorry.
Like, oh my gosh, are you Woozy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been singing since I was like 5. You know, took some lessons. Not really. I'm just naturally talented.
He's like, I actually didn't ask you I didn't say anything, so I don't know why you're telling me this.
Your face said it all. Your face said it all.
Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna leave.
Oh, so we're going to your studio. We're gonna lay some tracks down.
He's like, now when you say were, like, do you? I don't know who you're talking about. Me and Hoshi, maybe.
And me.
But yeah, Masi says exactly. Oops. You got the money for front row tickets. It's wild to me that Koreans are mad that the famous people are trying to enjoy the concert. Yeah, I mean the thing is, it might be trolls because again, a lot of this was like Netizens Buzz and shit.
Yeah, people that actually don't care.
Yeah. But I just thought that was funny that literally these, like, I think it was like the famous people trying to prove that they, like, you know, went through Ticketmaster to get these tickets as opposed to ask their agent or something. But yeah. Ooh, okay. With the insight, Andre says, as somebody who works at a concert venue, I'm shocked the idols that did go were down there. Usually, at least in my experience, famous people or those with more money go for suites or club seats. That's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. Like, because imagine, I don't know, I mean, maybe people are more Bruno Mars fans, so they don't care that Hoshi's writing for them, but I cannot see somebody giving, like, just being cool and acting calm and normal with the fact that they're, like, sitting next to Song Hae Kyo or something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if they have club seats.
They just weren't rich. It's the Samsung chaebols that get the club seats. That's who's in
probably
the
honestly though. It's probably like the executives. They're like, who cares about these freaking pop stars?
Yeah,
it's me who makes cell phones.
Yeah. Andy says, yeah, at the end of the day, these idols are just fans of Bruno, so they probably just want to experience a concert like anyone would. It's actually kind of sweet.
I was watching a TikTok of like this guy saying like, oh, idols when they're like performing at their own concert, and they're like, guys, like, stop like filming, like enjoy the whole entire thing, like stop put your phones down. And then it's like idols at someone else's concert, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's like, focus your phone. And they're like filming the whole time. They're like, oh my god,
that's so cute.
Like, that's so accurate.
Wait, I think I might actually have that clip you sent up. Thank you. Oh, maybe I actually have it up. Let me see. Maybe I don't. Maybe it wasn't a different thing. Oopsies. Okay, I thought I had the clip you sent me up to show, but I think I might have just looked at it and then closed it. All right, guys. So that's that for that. All right. So we're already at 2 hours. So did you want to talk about anything, or any of the music, or do you want to just skip to open bar?
I didn't listen to anything this week, but I did see that apparently Misimo.
Oh,
do you remember this one?
Yes, they have an album, Masterpiece.
I did not know that was coming out this week. Probably because it's a Japanese release.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like I just didn't hear much about it this week. Also, that's why. Joongki. This is the week that Reddit was down, right?
Oh yeah, for that.
So like my whole entire. That's why I wasn't like. I just didn't do anything this week that pertained to K-pop. And that's where I get all my information. So the fact that it was down for like half the week.
That's so true, because I feel like I got most, like I looked up stories aside from the ones that you guys sent to me. Shout out to you, Leanne and Andre. But like I looked at most of them during the tail end of the week, and I was like, I wonder why it took me so long. I was like, oh yeah, because my favorite place to like, it wasn't up. But all right, then. In that case, we can move straight to... Where do you open bar page at? Okay. Oh, wait. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. All right, hoes, what do y'all want? Oh, sorry, that's really mean. I need to stop saying that. All right,
what it is, ho?
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, royalty? All right, how y'all doing? What do y'all want to talk about? Stream NCT Dream's latest release, y'all. Broken Dreams.
I need to listen. I heard a clip of it, and it sounded good.
It's a slow song?
I usually like it. It sounded like it was more of a slower song. I don't think it's like a ballad though.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to skip that. If it's a ballad, I'm sorry. I'll listen to Mark's part.
He might be singing. You never know.
What? Switch it up. I actually did see this. Andre says, I saw Midzi. Itzy's fandom sent Procheck's trucks to JYP to give them better treatment and better stylists. Did you see this?
Did they get styled badly?
I feel like there's like been an ongoing, like, JYP just has not really been getting it together in terms of their promotion and styling, and it's just been like slipping through the cracks. But I know like they recently released some teasers for an upcoming comeback, and people were like, this isn't it, this looks dated. I saw somebody say that it looks like it doesn't look original, like it doesn't look new or fresh, like it looks like any other of their comebacks or whatever. But I think a lot of people, I mean, maybe because like I feel like we talk about this every 2 seconds, but how like it's kind of weird because they don't really get talked. I mean, they're popular and they still get like, you know, attention, but like they don't really get talked about, I think, from my perspective, as much as some of these other 4th gen girl groups. So
well, they also haven't come back in a while,
but they have the sneaker songs, right?
Ugh. That was like, wasn't that early last year?
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. Now that you think about it. Let me see if I can find the article.
Their last one was the Cheshire.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like that came and went a little though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it was like the end of last year.
Oh dang! What is the year? Makes no sense. Trevi Boo says, "Oh, Itzy comeback announced with 3 MVs supposedly." Cheese. Okay.
Wait, then why is that bad?
I think people just didn't. Well, I don't know if that was part of the treatment. I just think maybe people don't like what they're delivering.
I feel like the styling doesn't look too bad. It looks weird.
Maybe it's because they're not hard leaning into Y2K and 90s like everyone else is doing.
But why would you want them to be like everyone else?
Maybe because people are like, that's the style. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe if any midzy are in the chat, do you know the exact discrepancies they're having? Because Andres is here. I mean, they released 2 EPs last year and just got done with the world tour. I think maybe people feel like the quality of what is being produced is not good.
I mean, it's JYP. So I don't know.
How now, brown cow?
I will say, like, I liked their last album, but like JYP has like a sound to them, like where it sounds not highly produced.
That's interesting because I feel like that could be a charm too. Whoa, that sounds like such a cope, but you know, it's
like you're just like so used to it. Now you're just like it's lovely.
Not the midsies getting you frozen. Hold on. Oh, wait, not my camera. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to have a solo show for a second. Dreams do come true. No, just kidding. Look at her icon in a green Among Us shell. Stake in my head. Ooh. Y'all, the midsies are coming for us. What's going on? We come in peace. I promise. The midsies said not today, okay? Isn't ITZY doing very well in Korea at least? I feel like JYP would just continue with what they've been doing. Well, I think their last big hit was that sneaker song, but I also don't think people have to have a big hit every year to be like, I feel like a lot of people feel like when a girl group has a big hit, they have to keep having the biggest hit simultaneously or they're flops. And I feel like that would just be unsustainable or whatever. And I definitely think that like when you talk about top K-pop groups, people still talk about them. Now, whether that is like a JYP buff or whatever, I guess you can argue, but I still feel like they're relevant. But I just feel like other groups have like, can you hear? Jazz, what? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just confused on what Discord was doing.
Oh, the midsies hacked the mainframe and were trying to get you off air. Yes, I gave them the passcode. However, they told me that they wouldn't do anything until the end of the podcast. I was lied to. Andre says, yeah, they said they want frequent comebacks and more promotions in the US on late night shows. Interesting. And I'm like, the writer shake is happening. LO. So, yeah, okay. Do you think that sending the trucks was over the top? Or do you think it was like, okay, well, you know, they want something done and they're actually trying to protest for it? Because I'm always between when stuff like that happens.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to them. I feel like,
that's fair.
Since I'm not like a midzy, I don't really.
Oh, now you're sucking up to them so they don't cut your internet.
I feel like it wasn't even my internet. I feel like Discord just hates me.
Discord is kind of trash for some reason. Yeah.
It added me and then took me away. Added me and then took me away. And I was like, okay.
Midsies were trying to play in our face. Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate when fandoms are like, they put their money where their mouth is. So like, we don't like what's going on, so we're actually going to do something to change it. But at the same time, it does seem over the top to be like, we send in the trucks, and if y'all don't pull up, yeah.
Like, what do the trucks do?
I think they just had like signs. It was just kind of like, you know, big trucks with big signs. Did you see the thing I sent you via the Discord? Maybe that was what stopped it. I sent you the one of the articles that showed a picture of the sign.
That's it.
Oh wait, let me just
That's
show
brought
it.
down. Oh, that's it?
Susan was like, enough
There's
is
no
enough.
money on this.
Money.
They just stood out there and just put some signs.
Hell no, we won't go.
What's a truck gonna do?
I guess it's just like kind of inconvenient. They should park right in front of the building entrance. But like, if you want to get in, I don't even know. What you want? Tell me.
I feel like these teasers look fine. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think the fashion.
I don't know what they want.
They want. I don't know, because I was like, if they had the same promotion, but it was like getting a bunch of packs and cacks, would they care? I don't know. Mitzi, you tell me. But
I just feel like they should put like outfits together and then be like,
ooh,
this is what Rusian should wear. Because I feel like that's more effective than being like, we want better fashion. What? We don't know. Just better fashion. You figure it out.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair. But then at what point is it like, okay, we're doing your job for no money? Like, you know, I'm about to start a fan union, because I feel like so much labor fans do, you know, and, you know, nobody asked them to do it. But I sure do feel like companies like, thank you. Like, what was it? Fan subs? Who was it? There was some lady that got in trouble.
The girls turned. Oh.
There was some like lady, I think she was a Korean actress who has like a YouTube channel, and I think she subtly implied that her fans should subtitle her stuff in English or whatever, and people were like, ew, because it's like, girl, people do that from the love of their heart, and when like the actual artist asks, it's giving you just want free labor, because ultimately you should have like somebody paid to do this from your company. Yeah, pretty much. And so, you know, I'm part of the K-pop stans union labor, you know, only 3 hours of subtitling a week. Okay. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But it's low key true. I always say like, the K-pop internationally grew because of whatever group paved the way, but also the fan subbers who for absolutely no reason spent hours getting these shows subbed and these variety shows subbed so international fans can enjoy them with the subtitles. And they had color coding, they had the downloads, they had the previews with all them. Y'all owe them some money. Blind the pockets of these legends.
There wasn't a thing. Like, yeah, you get like 3 cents every sentence.
Damn, Jess, that is not.
No, but if it's a whole show, that adds up. You know,
I mean, I guess
you're just translating a sentence. Like, you're translating like a whole. I don't know. If it was a whole paragraph, that's worse.
I think the translating is probably not the hardest part, which I never translated anything, so I might be lying. But I think then like taking those translatings, making subtitles, syncing them, color coding them, you know, having editing and stuff like
and
that.
The price goes up.
But I guess
it's 25 cents.
Dang, just run the fan sub business. Listen, I'll invest. But yeah, there actually what I thought was quite interesting is within VTubers, there's a VTubing company called Ninji Sanji, and I didn't look into the details, but what's really popular among like and in streamers in general, so you've probably experienced this, but among VTubers is clip channels who will just like watch live streams and make funny clips and edit them, like actually put their own edits in them, but it's like actually time and labor, and it's a complete labor of love because there's no guarantee that they'll like get anything. I mean, a lot of them have their own clip channels, and they actually, you know, if you have really funny edits, they can get popular and you can get you know, subs and stuff. But I think ultimately I don't think most of these clip channels get money off of it because it's not their content. But I did see the VTubing company Ninji Sanji, you can formally register as a clip channel for if you make clips of VTubers under their agency. Now I don't know if it's just like if you register at a clip channel you have to follow our guidelines, but then we won't copyright strike you, or it's like if you register as a clip channel, you have to follow our guidelines, and then we'll also let you run ads on the clip. Like, I don't know how much like power they're giving back, but it would be really awesome if it was like, yeah, make these clips because this gives us publicity, and this is how most people find streamers, because no one's just gonna, you know, commit to a 5-hour stream like that of the person that don't know, never watched before. So like being like, oh, okay, well, you're doing a lot of PR work that honestly should be a paid job, so because of that, we're going to let you have the money from the clips you take the time to actually edit and like add sound effects and things like that too, or if it's, but like, I mean, I guess I mean, again, a lot of these fans do it as a labor of love, so they're probably like, oh, you won't copyright strike me, that's good enough for me. And they're also probably still have homeroom, so, you know, child labor exploitation, but you know, we're not gonna get into that or whatever. But yeah, but anyway, shout out to the fans. Okay. Andre says, oh, did we talk about the Soren thing? What's Soren thing?
Didn't she something about pictures? I think she did something where people were saying it's some cultural appropriation or something.
Like she took pictures, she dressed up as something.
Yeah, I think she was like, she was in a magazine, and I think
she had box braids.
I don't know.
Oh, not me exposing myself.
She apologized. I just saw that she apologized. I see what about.
Harper's Bazaar, Singapore. Okay, Soren apologizes for controversial pictorial. Controversial. Oops. Let me make this smaller. Okay, it won't let me. Okay, she came under fire for a photo shoot due to her hairstyle. Some criticized the style for alleged cultural appropriation. Eventually, magazine deleted the photos. Oh, okay, she got a little texture. Now, is this a wig or is this her actual hair? Do we know?
It's probably a wig.
We heard and understand the concern regarding the editorial. I will actually say I don't mind this at all.
I don't mind a lot of things.
My thing with the hairstyle is that I genuinely do not care. My problem is like, you're like, okay guys, we are doing a rap song and we need to be in the hood, so bring out the box braids and connect along because we got to emulate black people. But if you're just like, I don't know, I just wanted to have like my hair in this way, and it's not like trying to like cosplay anyone, I don't really care. And for this is like, just, I mean, this man is naked, I don't know why, but like, you know, like she's just dressed in clothes and she has that hair, you know. I don't really care. I don't care, but I'm not saying that no one deserves to care or whatever. So also, I do think often the K-pop fandom weaponizes it for like woke points as opposed to actually giving a crap about like the issues behind this stuff, which kind of annoys me when a lot of this conversation comes up, because it's not coming from an actual sincere place a lot. It's just like, well, my fave did this, well, your fave did this. But you know, I'm not going to tell them to not apologize either, like if that's what they felt was the comfortable course of action to do. But Jay Park. Wait, what are you gonna say?
Oh my god! I was gonna say she looks pretty.
Oh yeah, I think it actually looks good. I do want to know, is this a wig or her real hair though? Where did they get this wig?
That definitely has to be a wig.
This wig is kind of looking.
It's too.
And the front is kind of looking.
Her hair looks too fried.
Yeah, I don't know. And like the shape is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why. It just reminds me of like, I feel bad for saying that, but Nicole Kidman used to have like very bushy hair, and it just reminds me of her hair for some reason.
Nicole Kidman? Oh, isn't she Australian?
Yeah, but she's like a like her hair used to just be big. I feel like.
Like big and
I don't know.
curly and textured, or
Like she has
just?
very curly hair.
Oh yeah. Don't a lot of Australian people do? I don't know. Maybe I'm just racist.
I don't.
Or not racist.
I think she's like Irish.
Oh.
I feel like I think she probably is like.
Why
Like,
do I
let
think
me
she's
see if I can find.
What?
Here it is. I think I found the picture that I'm thinking of. Because her hair is like very curly, but she straightens it all the time.
Wait, did you send it?
And she's also a redhead.
That is so interesting when people like, because apparently Emma, whatever her name is like actual blonde or something. Emma Stone.
Oh yeah, which is so baffling because she looks so good with red hair.
Yeah. But I was like, whoever told her to dye her hair is smart. Oh, also, real quick before we wrap up, should Jenny tell them to edit all her scenes out of The Idol or not?
Ooh, how was the third episode?
I did not watch it, but apparently people are dragging her because her titties are out or something. And not completely out. She just has like a provocative outfit. So the girls are going crazy. I think the worst thing was when she was having like the flirtatious scene with The Weeknd, because The Weeknd is not sexy. He actually makes my skin curl.
Oh,
he's not sexy.
I didn't think he said that.
No, because he's just. I think everything I see, every clip I see, it's corny. I'm sorry, I know that's your man, but
it's just all right. Okay, since when? I was against him when he had the nasty dreadlock.
I actually looked
on his head.
I thought he actually looked really charming like that. I think it was very unique. Oh. How dare. Well, have you ever had that thing where it's like when you find one person attractive, everyone who kind of gives their same vibe, you will automatically find them attractive?
I guess.
I think there's this like I don't know. But same thing with friends. Like if somebody is your friend, anyone who reminds you of their vibe or like is similar to them, you just find really like you put their trust in them.
I guess. I would never trust anybody with this hair though.
I feel like
it looks like poop.
I think it looks cute. And I think it looks like unique, and I definitely think, I don't know, I like it because I feel like it fit him. And then I also think it's like one of those things where it's like there's probably like a peak style that you would look so good at, not you, but like the general you would look so good on, but nobody ever like tries like different styles of hair and stuff like that, so you never really know. I think he looks well, whatever for lace front they have him in this Idol show, they need to rip that off. But I feel like he looked a lot more charming and cute in that hair than he does with his hair. He just looks kind of basic with his current hairstyle, like his current actual hairstyle, not his Tedros character. But yeah, we gotta get Jenny out of there. All right, y'all, so you don't gotta go home, I promise, like really don't, but you gotta get the heck out of here because it's literally 12 a.m. Oh my freaking goodness. So yeah, thank you guys so much for chilling and watching or hanging out with us. Jazz, is there anything you want to tell the people before we go? Stan Tedros?
No. That seems like what you want to say.
Never. On the opposite day.
I will say watch Black Mirror. The season 6 came out.
Okay.
Pretty decent.
Stan Black Mirror, Fighting Vipers, or whatever that's called.
Oh gosh.
How dare you.
That one makes me I realized I don't think I really cared for the last season. That one just made me like uncomfortable because I was just like, what is going on, y'all? What is this?
I do think, okay, this is a bit adult, but I do think it did bring up an interesting concept where it was like, can I even talk about this? Whatever. Like the idea of like how pleasure is felt depending on your anatomy, because I never really thought about that. Like how having certain parts when you're pleasured, how that might feel different. Like, you know how the guy's whole thing is like when he's a woman it feels really different or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I never really thought about like what if it would feel better or worse or how it would change.
Yeah. It was very interesting. They were just like going to the game and just do that. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah. But other than that, y'all, I don't know, y'all. We'll see you next week. Thank you for hanging out. Remember, if you ever have like a story that you want us to talk about or have like a better chance of us talking about on Twitter, just at me in it, and 9 times out of 10 I'll probably talk about it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's always fun, and see you next time on.
Oh wait, I can't see your screen, so hold on.
Oh wait, what? How does it keep?
I think when I disconnected.
Oh my god. Oh,
so I've just been.
Oh my god, that's so hard. I'm back.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Buckle Shippo. Okay, ready? How dare if I was gonna say Bruno Mars did this. All right, Sleepy Idol. See you next time. Boing boing.
Oh,
you have to do Aegyo too now. We got her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right, bye everyone. See ya.